Thomas von Kempen, known to us as Thomas à Kempis, was a German-Dutch canon regular of the late medieval period who lived in Kempen in the Rhine region of Germany just north of Cologne. À Kempis is the author of The Imitation of Christ, one of the most popular and best-known Christian devotional books in all of Christian history. The book was written circa 1418, less than 100 years before the birth of St. Ignatius Loyola in 1491. Yet by St. Ignatius's time, the book was very popular and still is to this very day. In the last 500 years, it has been translated, it is said, into more languages than any other book except the Bible. If one theme can be seen as representative of the entire 50,000-word original Latin manuscript, it is humility. As one translator says of this theme of humility, quote, "It is the emancipation from oneself, freedom from the base urge to boast, strut, pose. It is a correct estimate of oneself, an estimate which neither degrades nor exalts." End of quote. For those who know the writings, letters, and spiritual legacy of St. Ignatius, it is possible to see the wisdom and insight of à Kempis throughout all of his works. One must speculate that the reason for this is that St. Ignatius's great conversion struggle was with the sin of pride, the opposite of humility. In à Kempis, St. Ignatius found humility as the true way to imitate Christ, whom he so fervently sought to serve. The Imitation of Christ was one of only 2 books in St. Ignatius's room when he died in the year 1556. Because the Imitation of Christ had such a profound shaping influence on St. Ignatius, and because the spiritual wisdom and power of the book is still relevant to this very day, Sacred Story Institute will be recording each and every meditation in the 4 books of the Imitation of Christ as our next series in our Discernment briefs. Reading and meditating on these lessons in the Imitation of Christ is a profound lesson in spiritual discernment. This series will begin in early spring of 2021. Today's preview selection is fittingly titled, On Humility and Peace. Do not worry about who is and is not on your side. Simply make sure that God is with you in all you do. Have a clear conscience, and God will defend you. For if God chooses to help you, no malice can do you harm. If you know how to suffer in silence, without doubt, you will receive the help of the Lord. He knows when and how he will free you, so resign yourself into his care. It is for God to give help and give freedom from trouble. For the sake of humility, it is often good for others to know our weaknesses and tax us with them. When a man holds himself humbly because of his weakness, it is easy for him to please others and calm those who are angry with him. God protects and frees the humble, loves and consoles them. He leans down to the humble. He bestows great grace on them. He lifts them from their lowliness into glory. God calls the humble gently to him, and to them he reveals his secrets. If a humble man is humiliated, he is happy enough and at peace because his support is God and not the world. Do not count yourself as having made progress until you feel yourself inferior to everyone. A peaceable man is of more use than a learned man. If you are a slave to your feelings, you will see good actions as bad, and you will easily believe the worst. A good and peaceful man will see good in everything. Whoever is truly at peace is not plagued by suspicion. Whoever is discontented and disturbed will be blown away by gusts of suspicion. He cannot rest and will not let others rest either. He often says what he should not say and fails to do what it would be best to do. He knows what other people ought to do, but not what he should do himself. Worry about your own behavior first. You can worry about other people later. You are good at making excuses for your own behavior and showing it in the best light, but you do not want to accept the excuses of others. It would be fairer for you to accuse yourself and excuse your brother. If you want other people to put up with you, put up with them first.